All right, now shout out to Mark with the buy me a coffee donation request. He said, "Brother, this will show you the real power of Shinedown." Now, that sparked something when I first read that, and I went back and recognized that I haven't reacted to Shinedown in 2 years. So that first reaction that I did was Symptoms of a Human, I believe. So let me see. Let me get the details. All right. Yeah, a symptom of being human. And it got decent views, but nobody requested nothing else after that. So he said he wanted to show me the true power. All right. So we got the Sound of Madness video. So hopefully these pass copyright checks. I just saw Black Pegasus. He reacted to a Shinedown video. So hopefully we'll be safe. So, but with that being said, we're going to see what Mark talking about. Let's get it.
Okay, fine. 550 it is. But I just want you to know that this is wrong, Tony. And it wasn't so long ago that... What? Hello? Tony? Tony?
Got hung up on. Okay. What kind of drum is that?
Yeah, I get it, you're an outcast. Always under attack, always coming in last. Bringing up the past, no one owes you anything. I think you need a shotgun blast, a kick in the ass, so paranoid. Watch your back!
Hold on, that got my heart rate going on. I like the beginning. I like the beginning, the way it kind of set the tone. That sounded like more of like a gated drum. I wonder if that was like natural or maybe done with sound design or mix downs or whatever like that. But I like that. I like that. I was with it. So let's get it.
Bringing up the past, no one owes you anything. I think you need a shotgun blast, a kick in the ass, so paranoid. Watch your back! Oh my, here we go, another loose cannon gone bipolar. Slip down, couldn't get much lower. Quicksand's got no sense of humor. I'm still laughing like hell. You think that my crime to me, looking so sorry that I'm gonna believe you've been affected by a social disease. Well then take your medicine. I created the sound of madness. Wrote the book on...
Hold up. The rapper in me just want to grab his chest real quick, okay? The rapper in me just was like, yo, my man's got multi-syllables. My man's got bars. My man's got lyrics, man. And, you know, I kind of came around to rock music a little bit like when rap and rock started infusing in the 90s, like Kid Rock and like Fred Durst and stuff. And I liked it that. So this is kind of like in that same veil a little bit. But when I listen to the words, I'm like, oh my goodness. The rapper in me is getting interested.
Quicksand's got no sense of humor.
Quicksand has no sense of humor. What?
I'm still laughing like hell. You think that my crime to me, looking so sorry that I'm gonna believe you've been affected by a social disease. Well then take your medicine.
You've been infected by social disease, so now take your medicine. That's bars. I ain't gonna front.
You've been affected by a social disease. Well then take your medicine. I created the sound of madness. Wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you're gonna wake up and fight for yourself.
This kind of get me hyped, bro. Hold up.
I'm so sick of this tombstone mentality.
he say lukewarm brain somehow here still to explain? Dude, that's fire.
Created the
Sound of madness.
somehow still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up and fight.
Bro, I'm doing a lyric breakdown at the end of this, so stay tuned. What year this came out?
I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain.
Did he say wrote the book on pain, but somehow still here to explain? Okay, I have to go over that.
I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up. When you gotta wake up and fight. I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with the gun when you gotta wake up and fight for yourself. When you gotta wake up and fight for yourself. When you gotta wake up and fight for yourself. When you gotta wake up and fight.
Oh, this. Hey, that lead is mean, what? That lead guitar is mean, bro. I ain't gonna front, bro. This is another 10 out of 10. Y'all really been hitting it on the mark with these reaction requests, man. Some other people gotta catch up. You know what I mean? Now, I gotta give Mark his kudos on this one. Thank you, my brother. Maybe my first reaction to Shinedown wasn't the right one. Maybe I should have started here. This is I just got to get into the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Sound of okay. Now, I get down with the way this was presented because it sounds like a little bit of rock and rap mixed. It kind of reminds me of Chili Peppers, Fred Durst, Linkin Park-ish a little bit. It kind of carries that cadence rhythmically and lyrically. It kind of that's what keeps my interest. But I'm like, yo, this is fire. You know what I mean? So, said Sound of Madness is a third single by rock band Shinedown from their 2008 album, The Sound of Madness. It was chosen to be the title track after some road testing on a short run of dates. Okay. So it say, yeah, I get it. You're an outcast, always under attack, always coming in last, bringing up the past. No one owes you anything. I think you need a shotgun blast. In the ass, so paranoid, watch your back. Oh my, here we go. Dude, that is crazy, bro. Because it's literally telling you what the theme of the song is right here is pick yourself up. Pick yourself up. I know he's acknowledging these things. I know these things. Pick yourself up. You need a kick, right? Another loose cannon going bipolar. Slip down, couldn't get much lower. Quicksand got no sense of humor, but I'm still laughing like that's because literally like Quicksand got no sense of humor, but I'm laughing like right? But when you go into quicksand, you go into, anyway. You think that by crying to me, looking so sorry, I'm going to believe that you've been infected by a social disease. Well, then take your medicine. Say, I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain. Somehow I'm still here to explain that the darkest hour never comes in the night. You can sleep with a gun, but when you wake up, when you're going to wake up and fight for yourself. But that it's kind of genius that for that, when he said for yourself, it kind of comes in like an ad-lib format. Like it comes in real quick, So verse 2 said, I'm so sick of this tombstone mentality. If there's an afterlife, then it'll set you free. But I'm not gonna part the seas. You're a self-fulfilling prophecy. Bars, just bars. Just bars. And then goes into the pre-chorus, right? Then goes back into the chorus. I created the sound of madness, wrote the book on pain, somehow I'm still here to explain, right? Say bridge, say, well, I created the sound of madness, but it kind of changes in this, you can, with a gun, but when you're going to wake up, and fight. This is a motivational song for people who need it. You know what I'm saying? This is not one of those songs where it's kind of opposite of like that Everlast song that we reacted to a couple weeks ago. This is, whereas it's that Everlast song was more like a perspective track. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. But this one circles back and says, hey, you need a kick in the butt. You know what I'm saying? I know these things have happened to you, but you need to keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of way that I live myself. I'm only accountable to myself. So if I give up, that's nobody else's fault but mine. That's a great, great way to do a track. I like it. This is definitely another 10 out of 10 track, man. Another 10 out of 10 track. Shout out to Mark with this one. And I see that you did 4 coffee, so maybe you was trying to do a 10 for 20, 2 for 20 reaction. So I'm gonna see if you've done another one. But I did see somebody else requested another Shinedown track too. So, but with that being said, if you guys want to do what Mark did and be my next reaction and get your name shouted out on the channel, hit the links in the description. It'll be in the pinned comment section below. But I like this. All right. Catch y'all in another one.